Okay, so we're just going to explore using the Fajin model, but going up the vibrational scale. And we're going to look at the different aspects in terms of the whole law of rhythm, from physical all the way to light. So if I get my partner here, and I'm just using physical force to push him off balance, where I'm using my shoulder muscles, my legs to just push him. And then we want to go to convert that to fascia, where I'm just stretching my joints open and digging under by opening all my joints, connecting to my partner's base. So for him, it will feel like I'm a solid wall because I'm connecting my whole body as a unit, and he's pushing off something that's solid. And then we go into vital breathing. Right, so here, every round we're doing, going up the vibrational scale, I get more and more invisible. Right, so I connect to my partner's base and I just vital breathe. So that just amplifies the tension that's in his body and it's moving him out of balance. And then I go into astral. And that affects him differently because it's hitting his astral body's water region. And then we go mental. So I'm just expanding space for that one. Then we go into Akasha. So that's dissolving everything. And then light. And that's raising them up. So the benefit of doing this is you get a clear understanding of where you're at in terms of your sensitivity to these different layers, right? And you can test it with a partner. And you have to have multiple partners where you're testing it. And see, everyone will react slightly different, but you will get the same feeling and they'll get a similar response. So vital energy connects everything. Astral starts to dissolve a little bit. And it hits them more in the stomach. And then mental, expanding space. That has a rising quality. And then Akasha dissolves everything. Right, and then light. So different people will respond differently to light. For him, it's getting him up, it's pulling him up, right? So the benefit of this is you can create a metric system on where you're at with the whole vibrational scale. You can go speed, volume, depth, space, and you got something to measure. But if you just do it through meditation, you can't tell if you're actually in that frequency or like how much space you're occupying, how much volume of energy you're streaming through or conducting through your body. So the partner exercise really amplifies your meditation. So you do this for an hour or two and then you go do meditation, it's going to be off the chart. But if you just go to do the sit, it's not as powerful, right? So this is a tool, it's an exercise. Just like how a boxer would do push-ups to make his punches stronger, this is a tool that we use to strengthen our ability to feel energy more, conduct energy more, occupy more space. We get a way to measure these things, okay? So that's the benefit of doing this. Obviously, you can go more specific into this, which most Tai Chi people do, and like amplify skills, and then you can take it into a martial level if you want to, but we want to have a look at it from a big picture of like, what are we trying to achieve, right? And then we want to find a way on how we can enjoy the practice. So this is a nice, fun way to enjoy the practice. And you got to figure out what works for you, right? But you want something that's grounded in reality. So although this looks magical, it's not magical because we've been indoctrinated through Newtonian physics for a long time, through the educational system, and quantum physics is peeking its head out now, right? But I think a few years down the track, maybe a decade or so, quantum physics is going to be normalized. So, and that's what I'm applying here. So if you look at quantum physics, matter doesn't really exist that much. I think it's like 4% or something. And majority of what exists is electromagnetic energy. So all I'm doing here is, because I've paid attention to electromagnetic energy, I'm just increasing my electric energy to repel his electric energy from me. And it creates that repelling quality. So there's nothing magical or mystical happening here. It's a mechanistic process once you understand that what you're doing. Yeah, it's only mystical when you can't explain what's happening. But all of this can be explained through quantum mechanics. But the scientists are only looking at it from an objective lens, right? When you start to apply quantum mechanics through a subjective lens, this phenomena starts to happen. So it's really straightforward. It's actually not that complicated. Once you're able to pay attention to the whole vibrational scale, right? The first layer after physical consciousness is the life force or electromagnetic consciousness. So pay attention to that first, and then the principles that you learn from that layer applies all the way up, right? So strengthen your connection to life force, and that will give you access to the whole vibration scale much easier. And that's the foundation. Okay, so master that first before going straight into Akasha and light and more advanced stuff, because it's actually a lot simpler up there. Because the principles are more profound, they're more amplified. When we come more into the physical, it's more complex. So that's why our comprehension of reality is very complex. But the more you release the layers, it becomes simpler and simpler, right? But you want to get this understanding through experience and through practice. There's one thing just reading about it, but nothing going through the experience and getting the understanding. Okay? So practice is key. See you next video.